So to start, my family history is very tragic. My parents got into a serious car accident when I was a little kid, and my dad passed away in the hospital from his injuries. My mom survived, but she had lasting injuries that still affect her to this day, making it difficult for her to walk. My dad left us the house, and my mom and I continued living there for many years. Eventually, when I was around 10 years old, my mom started seeing someone. Because of that, she was out of the house quite often. During those times, my Uncle Steve would come over and stay for days at a time. I got really close with him. He was like a babysitter, but more than that, he was the closest thing I had to a father figure. He'd play catch with me in the yard, take care of our pets, and bring me to the movies. He gave me memories I never got to have with my dad. But as the years went on, things changed. My mom got married to her second husband, and my Uncle Steve started coming around less and less. By the time I was 16, there was a period where he just stopped coming entirely. I didn't hear from him again. My mom was always very vague whenever I asked about him. I started to suspect that something was wrong. Maybe he was sick, or maybe he had died. It might sound strange that she wouldn't tell me, but if you knew my mom, you'd understand. After everything she went through, she became the kind of person who avoided causing anyone pain. By the time I turned 18, the house was basically mine. My mom had moved in with her husband and only visited occasionally. As an 18-year-old with a house to himself, I wasn't exactly complaining. I had friends over, stayed up late, had girls over, lived the typical life. But even then, I missed my Uncle Steve. The house felt big and empty at times, lonely. The only constant was my dog, Jojo, an old Australian shepherd. He was 13 years old at the time, and he always slept beside me. Then one night in January, something happened. I woke up and noticed Jojo wasn't in bed. I got up and went downstairs, thinking maybe he needed to go outside. But when I reached the kitchen, I saw him standing in the dark, staring down toward the basement stairs. He wasn't moving, just staring. I walked closer and asked, "What is it, boy?" He barely reacted, just a slight wag of his tail before going stiff again. I turned on the basement light and looked down the stairs. Nothing. Still, something felt wrong. I turned off the light, grabbed Jojo, and brought him back upstairs. I even shut the basement door behind us. At first, I tried to go back to sleep, but I couldn't. Every few minutes, Jojo would lift his head and stare toward the door again, like he was still hearing something. Eventually, I decided to check. I wasn't going to freak out and call my mom. I told myself I had to handle it. Jojo followed me and immediately went back to the basement door, stopping in the exact same spot. I stood there for a moment, then called out, "Is someone there?" No answer. I turned on the light and slowly started walking down the stairs. Each step creaked under my weight. I was only a few steps down when I heard it. A voice. It said my name. It was my Uncle Steve's voice. I recognized it instantly, even after all those years, but it sounded weak, like he was hurt. Without thinking, I ran the rest of the way down. The basement was empty, completely empty. I called out for him again, but there was no response. Jojo stayed at the top of the stairs. He wouldn't come down. I checked everywhere. Behind the couch, around the TV, every corner. Nothing. Then I looked toward the laundry room. I thought I heard something from behind the door. That was it. Something took over me and I ran. I sprinted up the stairs, slammed the basement door shut, and ran upstairs with Jojo right behind me, barking like crazy. I locked myself in my room and immediately called my